Welcome back to the channel. My name is Stephen Nguyen. I'm a pharmacist and I own 52 units of real estate. So I kind of came across a realization as I've owned 52 units for about 7 years now. I have a 20 unit apartment complex, which is stabilized, about 90% occupied. I have a 26 unit apartment complex that's about 90% occupied. And I have a note payment and second lien position for my mobile home park. If you're interested in how I found, all those three assets, check out my other videos. But what I've come to realize is, initially when I went into real estate, I thought it's all about get the cash flow, get the passive income, and that's how you retire, right? And that's kind of the dream I was sold, and that's what I was pursuing and grinding for the past 7 years. But as I've started to own real estate for the past 7 years, and I owned single family homes in California, which don't really cash flow, but it's great appreciation. And then I went into Huntsville, Alabama, single family home, which is kind of mid appreciation and mid cash flow, or pretty decent cash flow. And then I went into a more cash flow market and less appreciation of Oklahoma, right? So I feel pretty qualified to kind of do this analysis because I've owned multiple types of real estate in different areas. Some more have more focus on appreciation, some more cash flow. And what I've kind of learned to realize is that basically the whole intent of real estate and how you truly build wealth through real estate, it's just through the appreciation, right? The cash flow, the point of the cash flow, to be honest, is just to sustain your real estate portfolio and to sustain itself, right? Because you lose money from real estate when you have to sell real estate or you're unable to have cash flow to cover your expenses, right? I know this may sound very obvious, but it's kind of hitting me. Like, for example, my California single family home portfolio, right? Each of them appreciated massively, be it I bought it at a good time in 2017 and 2019 with low interest rates. But, hindsight's 2020. At the time when I bought it, I didn't know it was a good deal. I just bought it on market and, I just made offers, right? I didn't know it was going to be a great deal. Fast forward to 2024 where each of them made $500,000 of equity, right? So that's what people don't realize. And the only difference is in 2017, I remember people were telling me, oh, it's going to crash in 2018. Don't buy, wait for the crash. But I bought. And the next year, same thing, 2018. No, don't buy, it's going to crash. I bought. 2019, same thing. I bought. 2020, I bought. 2021, I bought, right? And even in 2024, I bought despite high interest rates. And, I guess only time will tell if that's a good deal, fast forward another 7 years. But in any case, like, my single family home portfolio, it's like at best case, it breaks even. Keep in mind, I'm self-managing it, so I'm not paying property manager. So, I have a W-2 job and it's able to sustain my single family real estate portfolio, but it's not sustainable, right? If I want to leave my W-2 job or that source of income starts to dwindle or go down, if I want to cut down to part-time or eventually, leave and retire and do something else, right? So that's what led me to buy a single family home in Huntsville, Alabama, where, okay, this one cash flows like maybe, $600 a month, but the appreciation is not as high, right? So let me give some context here. My Alabama single family home I bought for around $270. It's probably worth around $340K, and it cash flows roughly $600 a month ish, and so appreciate $70K. And let's just say, for the sake of math, I'm cash flowing $7,000 a month for the past 2 years. So that's $74,000 plus another $14,000 from the cash flow. That's $84,000, which I made from the property, right? It's not including principal paydown. If you look at my California single family home real estate portfolio, every year it appreciated by $70,000, right? So in 2 years, it appreciated by $140K. So, it got me thinking, like, okay, well, I basically need cash flow to kind of offset my high appreciation real estate, which is cash flow negative or break even, right? So it's balancing each other out, right? So my Alabama single family home portfolio, or my one single family home that cash flows $100 can maybe offset a single family home that's maybe cash flow negative, right? And then that led me to, okay, I need more of these. I need scale. So I went to multifamily, and Oklahoma is a cash flow market, not much appreciation. I did value add multifamily properties. Once again, if you want no more details, check out my videos about my 20 unit, my 26 unit. Just search it on my YouTube channel. But in any case, these cash flow amazingly, right? Like I think I gross around 16K to 18K depending on occupancy, but let's just make it 16K gross. And my expenses, roughly it's around 8 to 10K a month depending on that expenses or capex for that month, right? So let's just say on average I'm cash flowing $8,000 a month. And keep in mind this property doesn't really appreciate much outside of the initial value add strategy where I double my rents. So if I double my rents, I double my NOI and I double the value, right? But if there's not much market natural appreciation, right? So now I'm cash flowing, let's just say $8,000 for simplicity, and keep in mind it's not truly 8,000 in cash flow, right? Because there's going to be capex, right? I need to save it for a roof, I need to save it for plumbing issues, for electrical issues. It's not true $8,000 in cash flow, right? A lot of it does go to reserve, but let's just say for sake of it, I make $2,000 go to my reserve for future capex, and I take the other $6,000, and that can fund my negative cash flow on my single family home portfolio. And now let's say I have excess cash flow. So now I can buy a single family home that's maybe slightly cash flow negative or that breaks even ideally. And then that's how you slowly scale, right? So like what I can do now is, now that I have an excess in cash flow, and assuming I still want to work at W2, I can buy, I don't recommend buying like cash flow negative properties, but I can buy maybe more single family homes in Huntsville, Alabama, where it's kind of like a little bit of cash flow, like maybe $200 a month, but it's more of an appreciation play to balance that out. So what I kind of come to learn is real estate, it's more about appreciation to build wealth versus cash flow, right? So, and in order to get that appreciation, you have to hold onto your real estate. So you have to have enough cash flow to sustain that, right? That's why I learned that if you truly want to be wealthy from real estate, you have to hold it long term, and you have to have a source of income. So the more real estate I bought, the more I realized I was dependent on my W2 job, which is why I'm pivoting to focusing on building businesses, right? Like, I'm working on my real estate broker license, once used to my job, once I'm selling to my house, once my wedding is over with, my vacation is over with. So I'm probably in early 2025. I'm going to start studying for my real estate broker exam, and I'll document that journey for you guys to follow along with me. But also on top of that, I'm doing my coaching, my mentorship business, and I'm building up my personal brand on social media. And then when those start to do better, then at that point, I may consider scaling back from my W2 job. But until then, I need my W2 job to sustain my real estate portfolio, which is, for the most part, cash flow positive now. But if you factor in my primary residence, now I'm cash flow negative, right? Because I could be making whatever $8,000 a month, but if you factor in a reserve for your capex and then my mortgage, which is $7,500 a month, it's kind of wiped out, right? So I still need my W2 to live. That's why I'm doing this simultaneously. So kind of summarize all this. What I learned is you make the true wealth from real estate through appreciation. You start to make cash flow the longer you own it, as you gradually raise rents, as you gradually pay down your property, and then in 30 years it's paid free and clear. But the true way to really benefit from real estate is to have another source of income coming from your W2, coming from a business that you own, right? So you have to have active income in a way, and then use that active income to go buy real estate, which is quote unquote passive income, and then use that passive income to self-sustain itself, right? So ideally, I want my real estate to self-sustain itself. So in an ideal world, and I've almost hit it, I want my cash flow from all my investment properties to cover my mortgage here. So in a way, all my real estate self-sustains itself. And then I work on building up my side businesses, which will then free me of my W2 if I want to go down that route, right? So more of the story is, that's why a lot of real estate investors, they do multiple things, right? Like syndicators, they have to constantly buy and sell real estate, refinance real estate, because they make money off the fees, right? They make money off that 1% acquisition fee, the 1% disposition fee, the 1% refinance fee, the 1% asset management fee. That's the business model, right? That's why they're forced to keep on buying, versus if you're an individual investor like me, you continue to buy real estate, but you have to focus on building income in a way, right? So this is why a lot of real estate investors, they fix and flip on the side and use that money to go buy, multifamily, which they can use as a tax write-off, right? Or buy other single family homes as a tax write-off, right? So for me, I was always focused on building up my real estate assets, but, in my W2, for the most part, it's pretty stagnant. You kind of just hover around the same range, around $200,000. and which is good. But if you want to really make more money to buy even more real estate, I need to build a business which the upside is unlimited, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. So let me know if you have any comments or questions below. Love to answer your questions in videos. Please share this video, like, comment, subscribe if you found value. If you're interested in joining my multifamily mentorship, check out my link down below, and I hope to see you next one. Thank you.